Call the meeting to order. Join me for the pledge, please.
Oh my God. Oh, I hope everything's okay.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everybody. This is our regular city council meeting. We'll start with the roll call, please.
Weber,
Yes.
Houston,
Here.
Hannah,
Yes.
Moore,
Here.
Prusader,
Here.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Jensen. Here.
Next, it is a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 7-0. Next, we move to the public comment. Dave, anything?
Nothing, Mayor.
Okay, we'll move on then to the consent agenda. I need a motion to accept and approve the consent agenda that approves the following: the minutes of the May 13, 2024 regular meeting, the Wapsie Valley Creamery street closure request for Thursday, July 4, 2024. Do I have that motion?
So moved.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 6, which is the financials. I need a motion to approve the claims for payment.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 7-0. Next, we move to revenues and expenses to date, which is information only. Anybody have any questions for Susie regarding that? Hearing
Thanks for
none.
doing that, Susie. With a tight budget, it really helps to.
See exactly where we're at.
Next, we move to item number 8, which is transfers. Again, information only. Anybody have any questions with regard to that? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to the hearing and ordinances section. Start with number 9. I need a motion to set June 10, 2024 at 5 p.m. as a public hearing on the proposed amendment to the Independence zoning ordinances, Article 5, bulk requirements. So first, I need the motion.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. We're just setting the hearing. We'll have a discussion about this further, so this is a roll call vote.
Houston,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Prusader,
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Jensen.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 10, which is a change order. I need a motion to approve a change order number 25 for the Independent Facade Phase 1 project with no change to the contract amount and to authorize the city manager to sign the change order.
So moved.
Second.
This is 112 3rd Avenue Northeast is the project that the part of the project that we're talking about. Any further discussion with regard to that change order? Hearing none, we'll move to a roll call vote, please.
Hannah,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Prusader,
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Jensen.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Houston.
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 11. I need a motion to approve change order number 26 for the Independent Facade Phase 1 project with no charge to the contract amount and to authorize the city manager to sign the change order.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Again, this is we're just finalizing some of the monies back and forth. This goes from 217 First Street back to 112 3rd Avenue Northeast. Any further discussion with regard to that? Hearing none, this is a roll call vote again.
Moore,
Yes.
Prusader,
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Jensen.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Houston.
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 12, which is change order number 27. I need a motion to approve change order number 27 for the Independence Facade Phase 1 project with an increase to the contract in the amount of $483.55 and to authorize the city manager to sign the change order.
So moved.
Second.
The motion is second. Again, this is 217 First Street East, and we're just moving the contingency portions around with regard to the city's portion. Any further discussion with regard to that? Hearing none, this is a roll call vote again.
Prusader,
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Jensen.
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Houston.
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 13. This is a motion to approve change order number 14 for the Independence Facade Phase 1 project with no change to the contract amount and to authorize the city manager to sign the change order.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Again, this is 217 First Street East as we're finalizing everything with that. So if there's any further discussion, Hearing none, this is a roll call vote.
O'Laughlin,
Yes.
Jensen,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Houston,
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Crusader.
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 14. I need a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign the resolution that accepts the work covering the downtown facade Phase 1 project and to authorize the city manager to sign the certificate of substantial completion.
So moved.
Second.
This is the finalization of our Phase 1 of the project, $783,515.05, I think. And so other than the 30-day retenage, we're done with the projects itself. Any further discussion with regard to that? With regard to, we're done with the Phase 1 project. Hearing no further discussion, this is a roll call vote.
Jensen,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Houston,
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Crusader,
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 15. This is a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign the resolution that approves the homebuyer down payment assistance for Chastity Block. First, I need a motion
So moved.
and a second. Okay, if you look at your packet, there were two proposals. Originally, one of them was buying a house in Independence, the other one's buying a house outside Independence, so we're only talking about Ms. Block, which would be the one inside Independence. Anybody have any questions or further discussion with regard to that? Hearing none, we move to a roll call vote then.
Weber,
Yes.
Houston,
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Crusader,
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Jensen.
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 16. This is a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign the resolution that amends the fiscal year 2024 budget.
So moved.
Have a motion and a second. We had the public hearing on this on May 13th of 2024, and now we're moving to the part where we're actually doing the approval itself. Is there a discussion? with
Yeah, I had
regard-
one question. On page 112, there's like 11 special assessments, but evidently we haven't collected any of those. Is there a reason why we haven't? I mean, some were clear back to 2018.
Are you talking about the very
You said
bottom?
page 112,
Yes.
Deb?
Yeah, yeah, the bottom page 112.
302, 210, 4600.
Oh.
So the ones up above are assigned to specific projects. That's when we actually receive it during the 30-day window after I send the letter. Anything after that 30 days, it goes to the county courthouse and it gets put into that generic 210, 950, 4600.
So we won't see that for a while. What money we get back out of that?
Well, that's all projects. Once it gets sent to the county, they will send me specific projects, but I can't put it back to that project. It goes into this 210 line.
Further discussion with regard to that? Okay, need a roll call vote then, please.
Houston,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Crusader,
Yes.
O'Laughlin,
Yes.
Jensen,
Yes.
Weber.
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 17. I need a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign the resolution that accepts the work covering the 12th Street Northeast Storm Sewer Improvements Project and to authorize the city manager to sign the certificate of substantial completion.
So moved.
Second.
A motion is second. We have in our file the Crawford Engineering's letter indicating that the project has been completed. Is there any further discussion with regard to that? Hearing none, this would be a roll call vote.
Hannah,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Crusader,
Yes.
O'Laughlin,
Yes.
Jensen,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Houston.
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 18. I need a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign the resolution that accepts the work covering the 2023 2nd Street Southwest Bridge and the 8th Avenue Southwest Pedestrian Bridge Rehab Project, and
So
to
moved.
authorize the city manager to sign the certificate of substantial completion.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. This Crawford Engineering has also provided the letter in the packet itself indicating that this has been substantially completed. So at this point, we're ready to approve it. I need a roll call vote unless there's further, well, first, is there a further discussion with regard to that? Hearing none, it's a roll call vote.
Moore,
Yes.
Prusader,
Yes.
O'Laughlin,
Yes.
Jensen,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Houston,
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 19. I need a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign the resolution that accepts the work covering the baseball softball complex field turf project and to authorize the city manager to sign the certificate of substantial completion.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. We also have the Crawford Engineering letter in the packet indicating that it's substantially complete. Is there further discussion with regard to this project or this?
We're very
Resolution.
fortunate that it rained as much as it did. The sod looks great out there. Yeah.
If there's no further discussion, this will be a roll call vote then.
Prusader,
Yes.
O'Laughlin,
Yes.
Jensen,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Houston,
Yes.
Hannah.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Move to item number 20. I need a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign the resolution that provides for a notice of hearing on June 24, 2024, at 5 p.m. on the proposed plans, specifications, form of contract, an estimate of the cost of the Independence 8th Avenue Northwest, the IPF Area Stormwater Improvements Project, and the taking of bids therefor.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion to second. We've discussed Independence Foods projects before. This is the actual setting of the hearing itself, at which time we'll take care of the items that would be involved with the approval of the bids, or the, just the taking of the bids, right? Because that would be approval as well. Approval, okay. Further discussion with regard to that? Hearing none, that would be a roll call vote.
O'Laughlin,
Yes.
Jensen,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Houston,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Prusader.
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Next, we move to item number 21. This is a motion, I need a motion to authorize the mayor to sign the agreement between the City of Independence and the Teamsters Local 238 covering the police department.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. As everyone knows from what Matt talked about, we've reached an agreement with regard to the union. The union's already signed the agreement. It's just you have to authorize me to now sign it. So is there further discussion with regard to that? Okay, roll call vote then.
Jensen,
Yes.
Weber,
Yes.
Houston,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Prusader,
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Matt, special thanks to you for getting that done. I know that wasn't exactly the easiest negotiations that you've ever had, I'm sure, so thank you for that.
It was good in the end. I think everything worked out really well for everybody.
Good. Okay, move to item number 22. I need a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign a letter requesting a grant extension from the Iowa Economic Development Authority and for the city clerk/treasurer to submit the letter. First, I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. This is the apartment buildings that are above Kohl's Ace Hardware. They're asking for an extension to December 30th, 2024. Part of the delay is involving the elevator and some other things as well going in. The project's moving forward. There's a real good description of the timeline in the packet itself in terms of when certain things are going to be happening and done. And I think that is there other discussion with regard to this?
They've really worked hard over there, it looks like.
Yeah,
Yeah, they really have. They've done an excellent job.
Will we have an opportunity to visit it again?
Brad said we would tour it when the
Yeah.
apartments were ready.
Yeah.
Well, I think everybody did a tour early on, and for some reason I couldn't go that time, so I think it would be nice to. Did
I don't know
anybody
that
else?
I've ever been up.
Oh, well,
Toured the other ones down above.
I went on that one, but I thought that there was somebody that toured. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. So when they're
Okay.
all done, we'll have a chance?
I've been
Okay.
up there 3 or 4 times.
Okay, this is
Maybe that's who I talked to.
if there's no further discussion, this is a roll call vote then?
Weber,
Yes.
Houston,
Yes.
Hannah,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Prusader,
Yes.
O'Laughlin.
Yes.
Jensen.
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Next, we move to the council member reports. You want to start with Brett? You have anything?
I have nothing, Mayor.
Tom?
Go.
Deb?
Closing of Queen Avenue for July 4th, we've always done that. Can we get that on the agenda, or what do we have to do to get that done? It's been closed every year, no parking.
On which avenue, I'm sorry?
Queen Avenue,
Okay.
it's just one block, and
Closed entirely or just no?
Just no
parking?
parking.
We'll put the no parking down there again, yes.
Do we need approval on that, or is it just okay?
We can put it on the one side of the houses.
But do we have to have, I don't know that we have to have a council motion to approve no parking for that, do we?
The chief can do that. We do
Yeah.
it all the time.
Okay,
I know last year there was discussion of closing.
Yes. Yes.
okay.
I think we closed it last year.
Closed or put
No,
no
we
parking?
talked about
Or
it.
not closed it, no parking.
Right.
I'm sorry, no parking. Because the other side, there's all garages.
Yeah.
We left the parking on the one side, but not the other. or something like that.
Yeah, which is still hardly no parking because there's like 5 garages.
Must be.
But I was asked that by somebody down there, so. And then thanks to all the veterans that we had our memorial service at the Falcon Center and the things before that, and all went good.
Glad to hear that.
It's nice service.
I guess we will
you
move
there?
to Mr. Moore.
Nothing at this time.
You want to talk about, you want to mention the fact that about your cemetery?
Oakwood Cemetery? Sure. We do have a meeting this Wednesday, tomorrow night, at 6 o'clock at Oakwood Cemetery. We are going to be going over the proper way of cleaning the stones and everything. And if the weather is climate, you know, due to bad weather, it's going to be at the Falcon Center. And that will be at 6 o'clock tomorrow. And I'll let Matt, if he found out anything on the trees and stuff, hopefully we'll be having all the dead trees out in the near future, but I'm not positive of that time frame at this time.
And I just want to make a comment about how nice the flags look along there. It's one of my favorite times of the year when I see all those flags around there to show how much support we have for our military and our,
That's a thanks to all our veterans because that's pretty much who does it. Our older vets.
it's just amazing looking when you drive down that street there.
And we would have taken them down today, but it was too wet, so our plan is tomorrow.
They do look nice.
Right,
Beautiful.
Nothing, Mayor, thank you.
Mike?
Compliments to the complex, and I was out there for 2 tournaments in the last 2 weeks, and it's smooth as silk. It's amazing the amount of time they've saved. I mean, when Bob talks about doubling their tournaments, he's serious about it. And then with the card, Susie, do they have a card reader out there at the, yeah, that's going to speed up, that's going to make us more money too. Because I saw families with gazillions of things coming away from the food stand so they could feed their families while they're out there.
Excellent.
I just had a couple things. First of all, thank you for putting something out there about the sirens, because I was then able to answer that question when it was asked of me twice. I thought that was really important and maybe something we should maybe take a look at down the road as far as how we can fix that problem. But you guys did a tremendous job being out in that storm, so thank you for everything you did with that. And then I had one other question. The National League of Cities has contacted me both by phone and email about our membership renewing. Is there something behind that we're choosing not to?
We've chosen not to renew it because it's, I think, $1,500 a year roughly, and just with budget where it's at, we just didn't feel like it made sense to renew it when there's the main benefits that we see from that membership we get through other memberships like the Iowa League of Cities and stuff like that. So
Okay.
she's reached out to, I know she reached out to Susie earlier today. She's reached out to me. She's reached out to the mayor. I'm guessing that she's contacting anybody and everybody.
All right. Well, I will just ignore her then. I'll let you take care of it. Thank you.
I responded to her this afternoon and addressed it, but
Okay.
every time she reaches out, it's individual emails, and I don't know who else she's.
I got an email too.
So,
Yeah, I do too.
yeah.
I had one more thing while I think of it.
Yeah, sure, Mike.
Have we ever, several years ago, the mayor and some others, I was not able to attend the disaster action plan thing with Kenny.
Rick Wolfco.
It's coming up, we have a date on that, don't we? Is it-
Well, we did a disaster plan, or, a kind of an event. Blake could probably talk more
That's
about it than
right.
I can, but we did an event on last Friday, 2 Fridays ago.
It's too-
2 Fridays ago.
Yeah.
Where we did kind of what we go through, how the city responds in those situations. I guess what's the council question related to that?
What's our role?
When we get to the point where we need money, to be
Yes.
perfectly frank. You know, in those moments during those events, I mean, you know, the department heads, the staff at the city, those are all the people who are on the ground dealing with all that.
Okay.
When we get to a policy level question or a reimbursement level question, then that's when we would involve the council and call whatever special meetings we need to, or so on and so forth. I'm not trying to be
No.
blunt. I mean, that's
No.
just, that's kind of how it works. So we do have a disaster recovery plan that that's been in place for a while that we need to make some improvements to and look at, but, yeah.
I would like to attend something like that, if you guys,
So
Good last year, I thought.
pardon?
we did one last year out at the high school.
Correct.
Right.
And I know we invited people, and I think some of the council members attended that one when we were out there. The next one that we have that I'm going to look at doing at least is for the department heads. My intention is to have one of the department, or all the department heads there, as well as whoever their number 2 person in their department is, so that we can go through it on kind of a more granular level of, okay, what does your department do in this situation? How are you part of this? Because depending on the level of the incident, everyone may be called in. You know, the storms that we had last Tuesday, when I went out and talked with Isley, who was working in the field during the event, while the guys were, you know, the fire guys and everybody else was doing their thing, we considered calling everybody else in, but we felt like the streets crews had maybe about 3 hours of work to do. And it didn't feel like it made a lot of sense to call everybody in when, you know, by 10:30, 11 o'clock, they're probably going to be out of there and headed home. So,
I'd like an information pipeline, because
sure.
people in the neighborhoods call us too, you know.
Sure.
Text us.
Well, and in those situations, if there's a natural disaster where we mobilize and we do that level of response, there would be a PIO or a communications person put in place, and that would be their responsibility, would be getting that out to the public. And that would be the point of contact.
Just kind of like what happened with the storm, and we got the email about why the sirens didn't go off. I thought that was super helpful.
Yeah,
So
I did too.
stuff like that, I think, is what you're talking about.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, you know, the siren situation, Blake and I talked about that the day after it happened, and we went back and forth, and the more him and I talked about it, we decided, the reality is we just were stretched really thin, and it just didn't happen, and that's something that we need to fix, and we will fix moving forward. But we needed to put that press release out there and own that also. You know, we're all human, we make mistakes, things happen, but in order to stop kind of all of the ideas of what happened that were floating around, the easiest way for us to do that is put a press release out that just lays the facts out. Here's what happened. So, but Blake and I have had conversations since Tuesday about that. He's talked with some other vendors and such, and we'll have some things coming to you guys for you to consider about ways that we can improve that so that we can make sure it's more effective moving forward, as well as easier for them to use, as well as make it so that dispatch and EMS or EMA, you know, emergency management, all of them could potentially have access to it. But it's going to take money to do that. So we'll have to talk and figure out how we can make that happen.
When you're talking about that, Mike, Rick Wolfco put one on a few years ago I went to.
Remember that?
And, I mean, it was mind-boggling because it would have been like the town of Greenfield.
Yeah.
Yep.
If the town got leveled, would you even know where the city hall was at?
Right.
Or any location?
Yeah.
And your computers, your electricity would be gone, so you wouldn't be communicating that way. And so he really went into depth about a lot of different ways to.
Anymore, especially in those situations. I mean, we've got contacts with all the cell phone providers. They bring in towers on wheels. They bring in all those different things immediately. And I mean, anymore, that's the communication method, is your cell phone in that situation. We have radios, of course, as well. And that's one of the things that we talked about a little bit related to the siren thing. I mean, if I would have known that everybody was out on a call, for example, when that was going on, I could have jumped in the car and come up here and done what needed to be done to set things off. But you know, they were stretched so thin, you can't ask them to stop in the moment and think about that, because they're trying to take care of the calls they've got.
Yeah.
So,
And the community needs to understand that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too.
But I think if you just know that and tell people that didn't get that communication, then that just helps spread the word too.
Right. But we've got some things that we're talking about, and things that we'll, like I said, we'll be coming forward with those and discussion about how we can make it better and improve it. So,
Want to do yours?
I can.
Sure, go ahead.
Trees at the cemetery, I talked with ILPT today, this afternoon, about it. I mean, the reality is with the line crews where they are, we need their help to do that work, and it's just not going to happen until later this summer, maybe even fall. It's just, we have to have their help in order to do it. It'll be a collaboration between our streets guys and them. It's just, we understand that there's a group of individuals who feel like that should be a priority, but, you know, maintaining the lines and doing all those other things unfortunately are the priority right now. So we'll work on it, but it's going to be a while before we get to it. And then the other thing, a couple other things I want to point out. The last 4 pages of the packet included the fire reports from January, February, March, and April. Somebody had asked about that during a previous work session, so we included those. We'll start including those on a routine basis when fire does their bi-monthly reports. As far as, we'll make sure we include those. I wanted to talk about the TIF reports. We still haven't received anything related to those from the county. We've reached out multiple times over the last several weeks and haven't gotten anything. I talked with Doug, our city attorney, about options, and there just isn't a whole lot of options there, and unfortunately, other than continuing to talk about it, making sure that.
It's mandated.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
I mean, there is an option. We could sue this county, but I'm not sure that that's an option we
No.
want to do.
No.
I didn't say do it. I just said that's an option.
Has there been discussion as well with the supervisors that this?
supervisors have no oversight over her. She's an elected position.
Okay.
So there isn't any, I mean, we've talked with them, and they've
Gotcha.
tried to do what they can, but.
Obviously, the lines of communication need to be there, and
Right.
that conversation's been had, so.
Right, and that's from my role, I've just continued to have the conversation with her and continue to keep talking to her about it. I know she's got other things, primary elections coming up, there's different things that she's working on, but, at this point, I just want to get a meeting set up with her where we can have a time scheduled that we're going to come in and talk about it.
Right.
It's just
So-
the fact that in the entire term that she's had, we haven't got one single report. So we go back to when she was elected before the last time we had a report with regard to the TIF monies. And there's something that needs to be done.
Yeah.
We'll keep working on it. June 6th, the Parks and Rec is planning to do a grand opening for the complex. They'll have more details on that, but that's a Thursday night. I just wanted to point that out to everybody so you can put that on your calendars, that's when they're going to want to do that. Buchanan County Emergency Management's having an open house on June 7th from 1 to 4. That's the Friday after. The week of June 10th, we intend to do a grand opening for the Inclusive Park back behind the courthouse over there. And then the library, I believe, has put an advertisement out there for a cleaning service or person for the library, as well as a part-time library page to work weekends. I want to let everybody know that's out there. The last thing on my list, which is longer than normal, I will be out next week from Tuesday through Friday. I will be in the office for required meetings and such that I need to be here, but I'm going to take some time off and spend some time at home, so.
And is June 8th the cleanup?
Yes. Yes,
Could
thank
you
you.
send some of those dates to us? 'Cause
I can send them all to you.
I didn't get them in here. I'm sorry.
I went through it a little
tried.
fast. Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Okay, thank
And the
you.
only other date that I can think of right off the top of my head is June 20th, isn't it? That's the Saturday? Whatever the Saturday is, June 20th, I believe it is.
22nd.
The downtown.
22nd is the
22nd.
is the downtown revitalization facade program.
Yes.
That will be our business open house from 10 to 2, and we're working on the details on that as well.
June 8th, do we have people working?
I'm working at the TVs and stuff.
I will be out of state.
What time does that start?
It de-
11?
No, it depends on what you want to help with. Some things start from 7 to 11. TVs and waste management, working at the transfer site is 7 to 11. Tires is 8 to 11. Shredding is 9 to 11.
I think we've always worked at the shredding. Is there somebody that's writing all that down, or?
It's whoever,
show up?
whoever can help show up, that's fine.
Okay.
So for tires, they're collecting money this year, so how's that working?
I'm going to be down there.
Collect money at the TVs or?
Yes.
Well, right.
Yep, I've got somebody covering TVs to collect the money and write receipts, and I will be down at Cy and Charlie's doing tires.
Okay, any other department head reports? Dave, did you have something that you wanted to talk about?
Yes.
It does.
Thank you, Mayor. Last week, the storms came. Luckily, Captain Lau and I were out of town, but Isley did a good job, and that's what we prepare for Pass Down. I wanted to share with you something that you won last week. And when I say you won it, the department won it, but because of your support of our department and all of our doings, the Independence Police Department was awarded the cities under 10,000 Leadership and Community Policing Award last week from the Police Chiefs Association of Iowa.
Wow.
Pass that around to you.
I saw you got that posted out right away. It was very
Yep.
nice.
And so it was a wonderful thing for us to win. It recognizes the fact, and when I say we, you support us, and every one of the officers on our department has volunteered over the last 2.5, 3 years as I've been here. We do concessions work. We volunteer at, now you're gonna get me. We just had guns and hoses the other night, and we just wiped out every child's delinquent lunch account at both Independence and St. John's schools.
Wow.
So there's not one child that has a delinquent account now after that.
Sure,
Raised
my
about
kids are all through school.
$2,000, as well as the green eggs and ham giveaway at Christmas, and the forensic science unit that we co-teach at the high school, and all of those things. So, like I said, it's a group award. It's not me, it's not them, it's all of us, and I appreciate your backing of the police department. We don't always agree on everything, but the one thing I think you will agree is the culture that we need to set for the city, and this shows it. So I appreciate everything that you've done for us to allow us to get to this point. And we'll continue working harder. We can't win it next year, but let's see what we can do. But I appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks, Dave, for everything.
Dave, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Nothing has really been said about an officer at the school since that one time. Is that,
That was a budget,
On standby?
that was that budgetary thing. And I think both when we've talked within our own shop, as well as when we talked with the high school, the same budget crisis that is facing the city is also facing the school district.
Right.
So it's something that we can look at, because obviously with a cost sharing, we wouldn't go up, would be my thought process. And I think that was Matt's too. But at this point, we're trying to save our pennies and add them up for nickels right now.
and
I
the
think that's
school
what
in
we
their
have to do.
situation, they had to cut something out, so that probably got cut out.
Yeah,
Where we left it, my recollection of that is that we left it as is the city's willing to do it, or willing to at least look at it. And we provided that information to the school about what the costs were being. It's kind of in their court now to decide whether they want to move forward with it or not. So for our sake, at this point, we're just in a holding pattern until we get some notification from them about what they want to do.
Yeah, because I haven't heard anything since then, so I was just curious.
The people I've talked to have been pro, they want to do it, it's just that figuring out their budget piece.
Right.
Right.
And like we are all the time trying to figure it out.
Yep.
and
Yeah.
even if we'd come to that,
Yeah.
we're probably 8 to 10 months away from implementing it, just due to the time factor of making sure we do it the right way. So it won't be something that somebody can decide and then tomorrow we're going to have it going. It's just not going to
Right.
happen that quickly. So, and the other thing I'll tell you, in discussion with chiefs from all around the state of Iowa in the last week, we're all facing the same issues, both as a department, cities. We're all facing the same problems. So nothing that we see here is weird compared to everybody else. Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chief.
Okay, hearing the motion to adjourn, then?
So moved.
The motion to adjourn, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.